Look at this. Aspie's got a new car.
Yeah,
Lucky her.
Thanks, Fire. Maybe it was my late birthday treat, was it? Thanks, Fire. Maybe it was my late birthday treat, was it? Anyways, guys, welcome back for another Travelling with Aspie vlog. Obviously, we're going to go on a trek right now on the Tongariro National Crossing that will lead to Ketetahi Falls, even though we're going backwards. So hopefully you'll enjoy some of the snippets along the way. I'll insert a map and everything else above me and the details below. So sit tight and I'll be back with you shortly.
Word of warning, she's gonna get wet.
The Tongariro Alpine Crossing is held as New Zealand's most popular day hike, and for all good reasons. This hike traverses desert, alpine and forest regions over 19.4 kilometres and can be done within 5 to 8 hours. The track runs between two volcanoes that are known around this region, which is Mt Tongariro and Mt Ngauruhoe, which can be summited if desired. The track is open all year round, offering hikers the option of a dry and rocky terrain in the summer and snowy and icy terrain in the winter. The Tongariro Alpine Crossing, as we know, basically also usually there are some tour guides that has hailed to show around the track of Tongariro versus Ngauruhoe. Also, through the track, this can be walked in either direction. Now, the most common direction to walk the track is from Taupo to Ketetahi, which Father Lai and I obviously did. This is an overall negative elevation change this direction, meaning that there is more downhill than uphill. And also, obviously, the first opportunity for a good break is maybe at Soda Springs, which I'll clearly show some photos right now. There is a large clearing here as well as a few portaloos. This is a great place to limber up and shed up some layers, since immediately following this spot is the affectionately named Devil Staircase. A mix of steep uphill climbing and minus 300 stairs take you up to 300 meters in elevation. At the top of the staircase is an amazing view of the valley below. On a clear day, you can even see Mount Taranaki at a distance. Mount Taranaki is on the west coast on the North Island, is almost 140 kilometers away. At the top of this hill also is the base of Mt Ngauruhoe, which is 2,287 meters. There's no track to the summit, so hikers must take their own way up to the volcano. It's a 3-hour return trip to the summit, probably more in winter considering all the snow. A little bit about Soda Springs Falls is the most significant and visited waterfall along the popular Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track. Soda Springs are located in Tongariro National Park. The waterfall is seen from the main track, but a better view requires an additional 10 minutes walk. Soda Springs are roughly 30 minutes drive away from either National Park or Whakapapa Village, or 1.5 hours from Taupo. Taupo Road is not a well-maintained road with gravel surface, however, as well as huge holes and cracks on it. So the recommendation here would be you're needing a four-wheel drive vehicle for this trip to head to. From National Park, travel east on the State Highway 47 for 13.5 kilometers until you see a sign Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track. Turn right into Taupo Road, which is the gravel road, and follow it for the next 6k until you reach to the car park. If you organise transport to walk the Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track, you don't need to worry about the road. A comfortable bus will drop you at the beginning of the track. From here you will see the Soda Springs on your left. A closer approach is possible. Just follow a 10-minute track to reach the waterfall's base in good weather. It's a nice spot for a breakfast or lunch with your family or your group that you're hiking with. The waterfall is impressive after rain, but in a dry summer there could be a little to no water at all. This part of the track from the parking to the springs is relatively easy. It's a gentle climb. Doesn't feel like a real climb, which has a few short stairs and follows the Taupo stream with a couple of tiny waterfalls on it. They are quite nice after rain. Turn via the same track, or if you organise transport, continue the track and enjoy the view of the volcanoes, craters and Ketetahi Falls almost at the end of the track, which Father Lai and obviously did this, which again will be some more imagery. So next on the list is Taranaki Falls. One of the most impressive and beautiful New Zealand waterfalls, Taranaki Falls is located in Tongariro National Park. The waterfall is accompanied by unforgettable views of Mount Ruapehu, Mt Ngauruhoe and Mt Tongariro, the three famous volcanoes in the North Island, and has a fantastic walk through the beech forest. This waterfall includes the New Zealand must-see waterfall list for you guys. Taranaki Falls, if you want to get there, is roughly a 20-minute drive away from National Park Village. The road surface is always sealed. From National Park Village, follow State Highway 48 to Whakapapa Village. As soon as you're in the village, follow the signs Taranaki Falls until you reach a smaller car park on Ngauruhoe Terrace. Alternatively, you can leave your car on official Whakapapa Village car park, which is free of charge, of course, for the travellers or anybody in that matter, with toilets and quite a big picnic area. And it's an easy 2-hour loop Taranaki Falls walk that leads to the waterfalls lookout and then to the waterfalls base. This track is awesome. The first part of the track goes through the alpine grassland with an amazing view of the volcanoes, and the second part of the track or the loop goes through the beach forest with some river crossings, all bridged and small waterfalls. Last but not least is Ketetahi Falls, one of the most significant waterfalls along the Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track. Unofficially named Ketetahi Falls, is located in the Tongariro National Park. The waterfall is easy accessible from the Ketetahi parking, and it's a nice spot for the final stop if you're doing the Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track. Ketetahi Falls is roughly 30 minutes drive away from either National Park or Whakapapa Village, or 1 to 15 hours from Taupo. The road surface is always sealed except for the last 100 metres, which are a gravel road. From National Park, travel east on the State Highway 47 for at least 26.5 kilometres, then turn right into the State Highway 46 and follow it for the next 7k until you see a sign reading Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track. Turn right and follow gravel road for the 120 metre until you reach a car park. If you're organising transport to walk the Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track, I suggest you do not need to worry about the road. Comfortable buses will drop you at the beginning of the track, then pick you up from the end of the track. There is a huge car park at the end of Tongariro Alpine Crossing with a shelter, toilets and picnic area. The parking is always busy, especially in the afternoons when buses pick up the hikers. From the parking, follow the Tongariro Alpine Crossing Track for at least 10-15 minutes. This section is almost flat as you hike around there until you see a lookout pole. Turn right into a 5-minute side track which brings you to the waterfall base. Return by the same track, or if you're doing the whole Tongariro Alpine Crossing, you'll see the waterfall almost at the end of the track. So this quickly ends a quick short tour, kinda come follow me vlog, traveling with Aspie vlog. Sit tight until I show you some imagery of what Father Liar did, basically, or seen on this track, and I'll be back with you shortly. Right, let's go, yay! Finally, 45 minutes later, I've got all this puffing going on.
Well, calm down. You keep sending me in the wrong direction.
Well, apparently, you don't have to trust Aspie to get the match of it. Anyway, we've arrived at Ketetahi Falls as mentioned. So, we have walked. I don't know if Mr. Father was basically going to throw me in.
Apparently, like I'm trying to say, she keeps sending me in the wrong direction. That's why it took us so long. Hold it. She's a bad sat-nav.
He's basically just was going to be a pretty boy, as always, trying to dress up until Christmas.
Do us a favour, will you, girl? Take your sunglasses off.
Oh, thank you. But anyway, welcome to Ketetahi Falls, everybody. So hopefully if you enjoyed this with Falala and I, hopefully we'll do some more travelling adventures soon, and we'll see where this will take us. So sit tight
And enjoy the amazing waterfall. This is some waterfall, man.